Which is your favorite blankie, Owen? I see you have several in your crib.
I listen to Mrs. Beethoven.
You want to listen to Mr. Beethoven?
Yeah, Mrs. Beethoven.
Yeah, he's chatting away. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's get ice cream.
And
where are
very
my Ninja
engaged.
Turtles?
And then nothing?
It was like trying to find clues to a kidnapping. Where did he go?
Ron and Cornelia Susskind will never forget the fear and confusion they felt when, within a period of 3 weeks, their chatty, energetic, nearly 3-year-old son, Owen, vanished. He was developing completely normally. What happened?
I think the first thing that we noticed was that he stopped sleeping. And then he started to lose eye contact. And then he started to lose language.
Down to really one word, juice.
It was 1994. Ron, then a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, and Cornelia, a stay-at-home mom, were frantic.
It was the most devastating, horrifying thing to go through. Because, of course, I thought I had done something wrong.
We're quizzing each other. Did you see something? Did you see something? We thought maybe he banged his head when we weren't looking.
Doctors had a different diagnosis, autism.
And of course, we're stunned. All we know is Rain Man. And that's all we know of autism. We said, that can't be our son.
That was in the 90s. Today, parents are all too aware that 1 in 68 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with this developmental disorder. For Ron and Cornelia, their new normal was a little boy unable to communicate, disinterested in the world around him. The only thing that seemed to make him happy was watching Disney movies for hours on end.
She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about her.
He just sits and watches them, and it seems to give him a kind of comfort.
Mr. Lavender, what will your pleasure be? Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me.
It was those Disney movies that would change Owen's life. After nearly 4 years without speaking, Owen suddenly had something important to say. The occasion was his older brother Walter's birthday.
Walter gets emotional kind of one day a year on his birthday. And on his 9th birthday, he gets a little emotional. And Owen follows us into the kitchen. Owen is 6.5 at this point. And he looks at us quite intently, like something's coming. And he says, Walter doesn't want to grow up, like Mowgli or Peter Pan.
Once you're grown up, you can never come back. Never!
And you, like that? He speaks like that?
That's the sentence, with a full.
And you understand it completely?
It's a very evolved thought, and it's full speech, and Cornelia says it's like a lightning bolt went through the kitchen.
As Ron recalls in a new book, Life Animated, something in Owen's mind had unlocked, and those Disney movies seemed to be the key.
So up I go into Owen's bedroom. And so I grab a puppet, which is one of his favorite characters, which is Iago.
Excellent work, Iago.
Go on.
I crawl over to the bed so he doesn't see me. I throw the bedspread over my head and push the puppet up through the crease in the bedspread. And I talk to him as Iago.
And so I say, okay. Owen, what does it feel like to be you?
And Owen turns to the puppet like he's bumping into an old friend. And he says, it's not good, and I have no friends, and I'm lonely. And then we talk, Iago and Owen, for about 2 minutes. And, of course, it's our first conversation for 4 years.
Do you remember when your dad started to talk to you as if he was one of the characters?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
What was that like? All of a sudden.
Amazing.
This is Owen today, 23 years old, and about to graduate from Riverview School, a college program for special needs students. Have you learned anything particularly important from the movies?
When I grew up watching them, I learned how they could help me find my place in the world.
Oh, wow. What do you mean?
That they could help me with the ways of life and how you should live.
And that's not all. 8-year-old Owen taught himself to read by sounding out the film's credits down to the grips and the best boys. And the movies inspired him to draw his favorite characters, not the film's heroes, but the sidekicks, the characters he could relate to.
Owen, at that point, saw the world for what it is, and he saw other kids racing forward when he's caught in the starting blocks. And he said, I am not the hero. I am the sidekick. I help others fulfill their destiny.
Individuals with autism, they have rich experiences, rich feelings, rich emotions. Those can be harnessed to help them learn to engage with the world.
Kevin Pelfrey directs the Child Neuroscience Lab at Yale. He says that autistic children's obsessions, which parents are often told to try and limit, can instead be used in therapy.
This is sort of a new approach in thinking about taking that one thing and really making it central to the child's social world.
My favorite farm animal is a cow.
Let's see what cows we have.
Pelfrey is conducting a study that uses brain imaging to measure the effects of this new approach, which he calls affinity therapy, on autistic children.
And so you can know early if your treatment is working, and critically if it's not, and then you can alter it so that you're not wasting time. The dream is to make it work better for each individualized child based on what you can get from their brain data.
With Kristen Holland's 7-year-old son Parker, his therapists are now trying to use his love of farm animals as a way in.
For Parks, we saw a huge improvement. Through the therapy, we saw him sort of get interested in other people.
For families like the Hollands and the Suskines, finding any door into the world of their autistic child is a miracle.
Don't just wait and trust to fate and say that's how it's meant to be.
It's up to you how far you go. If you don't try, you never know.
And so, my lad, as I've explained, nothing ventured,
nothing gained.
Is that Merlin singing?
Yep, from Walt Disney's classic Sword in the Stone.
What did you get out of that? What did you learn from Merlin singing?
To try new things, exciting things, of my place in the world.
Owen's world, once just his TV and Disney tapes, now even includes a serious girlfriend, Emily. Now, what movie helped you there?
I gotta say, well, Beauty and the Beast.
I've never felt this way about anyone.
I want to do something for her. But what?
It has to be something very special.
Something that sparks her interest.
Hi, welcome to Disney Club.
3 years ago, with Emily's help, Owen started a Disney Club on campus for classmates who love Disney as much as he does. So, Owen, why did you start the Disney Club?
To find people a lot like me.
Oh, and did you?
I did. What makes him so different than all the other Disney villains?
He looks good on the outside, but he's not good on the inside.
For the first time in his life, at Disney Club, Owen is more than a sidekick. He's a leader. Okay, Owen, can I get up and ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay, you can. Okay. All right. Which Disney character speaks to you most?
Ooh.
Right here.
Simba, big Simba.
And why?
Because he's strong and he's not that scared as he was when he was a kid.
The Beast, because when he's an animal, he kind of has incredible strength.
Aladdin, because he wants to show people he's more than just a nobody. Show him that he's a happy diamond in the rough. And he is, just like me.
So am I.
Yeah. You know, at Disney Club, you cried.
Yeah, it was really overwhelming to me. You know, they have a rich inner life that is every bit, if not richer than yours and mine. and many of them have great difficulty expressing that to the rest of the world, to their families, but it doesn't mean it's not in there.